I'm starting this meditation session, silent sitting, every Sunday. Today it was 10:15 a.m. I'm starting this, but next Sunday onwards, this will be held at 10 a.m. India time. And from now on, this will be a regular Sunday feature. I may speak initially, or we may straight away go to the meditation. And after that, you can ask questions or interact with me if you like for a couple of minutes. We'll keep this short. It'll be of minimum duration will be 30 minutes and will go up to 1 hour or 15 minutes or so. The essence of sitting in silence is that silence is extremely powerful. And a lot of us don't get to experience silence in the hustle of life. So, just sitting in silence for a couple of minutes once a week can be extremely helpful. And there's a story which was told by the late Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh. When he was visiting a particular temple, a French soldier who was fighting against the resistance came up to him. So Thich Nhat Hanh was scared, thinking that this French soldier will attack him or, search him. So he was in a state of complete surrender. But then the French soldier inquired as to who he was and where he was going. So Thich Nhat Hanh, he sat beside him and he told him that he's going to temple to offer prayers. And then the soldier started inquiring more about the culture, the tradition, and the value of silence. Because he told Thich Nhat Hanh an incident where the French troops raided a temple. And usually that would cause a commotion. But in this case, this one particular time, there was absolute silence. There was no commotion at all. And the French soldiers were surprised as to why is everybody so quiet. They thought that the temple is empty. But then they looked closely and came inside a room where a couple of people were sitting quietly. There was extreme silence. And somehow that soldier, that silence touched that soldier. It touched his core. And from then onwards, he was not his usual self anymore. He was a changed person. He became more compassionate towards the people of Vietnam. So he sat many times with Thich Nhat Hanh and discussed spiritual teachings and meditation. And you see, this is the impact silence has. What years of teaching cannot teach you, a silence may teach you in a couple of minutes. The thing is that we don't get to experience silence because our minds are always cluttered with thinking. So let's take this opportunity to sit in a couple of minutes of silence. And after that, if you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, we'll take up some questions now. If you have any questions, you can let me know. So there is a question which says, can you explain how to stay as I am? I am is your true nature. You don't have to do anything to stay as I am. Right now, when you were in meditation, you must have experienced the cessation of thinking. At some point, it generally comes. So then you remain with one single vertical thought, and that is I am. If you try to do anything to be that, then you cannot be that. So just be with yourself, stay the way you are, and slowly what you'll see is that your presence will increase. This spacious awareness will become your very nature. And then it will be, your effortless nature will be recognized. So there's nothing to be done to stay in the I am. I am is the impersonal aspect of awareness, which is your being. There was one more question that I received on email, and that was regarding how to increase the presence. Now, I don't prescribe that as a practice. Whenever you get remembrance, you see, remembrance of God is the grace. If you are fortunate enough to have discovered the grace, then it'll always be there with you. But the thing is, you cannot choose. You cannot choose when your mind becomes silent. Therefore, whenever you get the remembrance of being, just be. And there's nothing that needs to be done as such. Being is your very nature. So trying to do anything forcefully, trying to remain quiet, is not going to work because the mind will rebel. If there's any other question, you can let me know. Okay, there is one question. When uncomfortable sensations arises, how do I stay present? Sometimes it feels like I'm drowning in that. So this is the point of investigation. Who is drowning and where? This is to be investigated. Of course, the uncomfortable sensation arises when the mind is quiet because there is a lot of content in the depths of our subconscious. Things that reside in our shadow that we are not consciously aware of. So, what Nisargadatta Maharaj says is that when I'm quiet, I allow things to surface into my conscious mind. I simply witness them without trying to alter them or manipulate them in any way. So, whatever is seen is burnt in the light of awareness. So, there is nothing that needs to be done. There is no one that is drowning. Your true nature is being consciousness bliss, Sat Chittananda. It is only the identification with the mind that creates this sinking feeling. And if you watch the feeling and you watch the resistance coming up to the feeling, what you will notice is that the moment you drop the resistance, even the original sensation, the original uncomfortable sensation also drops. And slowly over time, these sensations will not impact you that much, because as your awareness increases, the strength, the ability of these sensations to impact you will start reducing. So I hope that answers the question. Is there any other question? So this was basically an announcement, and I apologize that I informed you last moment. But we will be having this such sessions as a regular feature from now onwards, every Sunday, 10 a.m. We will sit in silence, all of us, and you can always ask any questions. I also suggest that you share your experiences in addition to asking questions, because it's okay to ask questions, but sharing is a much more powerful way to express oneself. And it also has a deep impact on other people. When you share something from your life, then that is also very powerful. So I urge all of you to share also. And you can join my newsletter to be informed about the weekend meets. And it will be held on Zoom, so we can have live interaction there as well. Hello. Wait, let me unmute you. Just hold on, hold on. Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Shravanti, right? Okay, Shravanti. Wait, hold on. Just hold on. So, tell me, Shravanti, how are you?
I'm fine. Actually, I have this ability to observe, but sometimes yesterday I was so much uncomfortable and I can't. Uh, I it's a feeling that I'm failing in this. When the intense, when I'm in sickness, I can observe that I have that ability to observe in sickness. Even someone is very angry in my area, I can observe them and I will not drawn to them. I will just be in my heart. But in some cases, I don't know what happened. That uncomfortable sensation, I want to get rid of that. That feeling arises so much yesterday that that feeling is okay, but I'm judging. I started to judge myself from them.
Okay, first of all, it is very natural to have these kinds of feelings, right? We are all human beings and we all have gone through life, right? So it is, first of all, it is very natural to have these feelings of anger or sometimes reactivity also. And there is just this thing that the one that wants to get rid of the feeling is a part of the same movement. The one that is feeling, that is the feeling, and one that's want to get rid of the feeling, they are both the same. If you observe that, what you will notice is that slowly the feeling cannot sustain for long. While the intensity may hurt in the moment. Now, as this message begins to go deep within oneself, that there is no doer of anyone, there is no individual doer, then you see, you start accepting the circumstances the way they are. Of course, it is not easy, it is tough, it is challenging. But then fighting the situation again creates more pain. Now, if there is a situation where you need to take an action to safeguard yourself, that is a different thing, right? You have every right to your peace of mind. There is nobody that should disrupt your peace of mind, right? So you have the ability to make a decision on that. What decision you will make, that depends on you, your attitude towards life, right? So whether you will disconnect, right, or you will stay, or you will, whatever you will do, that will be determined for you by your circumstances. But when this knowledge is complete, that there is no individual doer of anybody, every human being on this planet undergoes conditioning and genetics, and both of these factors are not in our control. So the whole idea behind painful sensations is the act of controlling that we are trying to do, either consciously or subconsciously. Because somewhere down the line, we feel that this personal self will die if the sensation is not controlled. You see? But that increases the pain. So once there is complete surrender, right? There is complete acceptance of the situation, then the situation, again, the situations may be painful in the moment, but they will never become a part of your story. So the mind becomes silent. And we have all gone through all of this. And I have come across people like who have gone through such adversities in life, but yet they are so joyful, they're so blissful. So, a natural gratitude comes from the heart towards God that, okay, my circumstances may be tough, but still God has given me this experience of aliveness without which nothing would be possible, right? So keep that thought in your heart, because that thought will eventually lead you to your true nature, the single vertical thought that is, I am. And then there won't be any problem with the painful sensations of thinking, right? Okay. Is there any other thing you want to ask?
Um, 3 years back, actually, I have this deep love in my heart for my guru. And 6 months, I experienced a completely different way. Nothing really bothered me. Neither other person's behavior or some, in whichever situation I am in, I have a solution somehow. I don't know how it came, but everything gone after that. And I don't know how can I regain that, or what should I do. I'm not understanding anything, but I'm still fine.
My answer may not help you that much, but I'll just tell you one thing, that whatever came through to you, right? The love for Guru or whatever it is, it came from the source. And if it was taken away, it was also taken away from the source only. So it may be that you are to focus more on your current life circumstances right now. Maybe, right? you have to use your thinking to evaluate that, right? That your guru or nobody will be able to tell you. It happens sometimes, because I remember there was this girl who was speaking to me a couple of months back, and she was about to get married to a man she loved. But the problem with her was that this person was not spiritual and she was deep into spirituality. And that was causing a rift into her relationships. And her equation with her parents was also problematic. And then her job was also very demanding. So she asked me, what should I do? I'm torn, between my love, my work, my profession, my life is haywire. So I told her, just evaluate what is happening in your life right now. Sit quietly and evaluate what is happening in your life right now. Maybe some aspect of your life right now need attention, right? Maybe some material aspect, So if you're a mother, maybe your child needs more attention to you right now than any spiritual teaching. Maybe if you have a parent, aging parent, maybe they require more attention. So you see, the whole message is that the teaching is not a separate activity. The message the message can be absorbed while performing your daily responsibilities. If you remember that you're not the doer, that things are happening, then you fulfill your responsibilities to the best of your capabilities and leave the outcome to the universe. When you completely surrender to this thought, then automatically the grace starts flowing. So I would say that, give attention to those aspects of your life right now that need attention, right? And don't worry about the love or grace. It will automatically flow. It will automatically come to you. If you're destined for it, nothing will stop you. Right? Okay. So I think we'll conclude this session for now, and we'll join next weekend, Sunday at 10 a.m. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. There is another question. I'll just quickly cover this question. Just want to let you know, the video you shared the other day on acceptance is surrender was very powerful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate. Okay, we will conclude for now.